be agreed to, and I give the call to the member for Sturt.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I thank the member for Bradfield for bringing this important issue before the chamber by way of this motion. And like any member of parliament here in the room, we obviously deal with a copious number of constituents that have issues accessing the government services that they are duly entitled to, and certainly matters regarding Services Australia are one of the higher volume of cases that come through my office, and I'm sure most people are quite similar to that. And the member for Bradfield outlined some very concerning statistics around the performance of the processing of claims for or within Services Australia, comparing the last year of our coalition government with the most recent year under the new Labor government. And unfortunately, all the numbers are going the wrong way. The staffing's up, the efficiency of processing's down, and of course people that are entitled to their due support from their government aren't getting it because they're waiting far too long. And I have to say that in the recent budget we saw a dramatic increase in the size of the public service, 36,000 more public servants being employed under this government compared to the last year under the coalition. And we're certainly not getting 36,000 people's worth of efficiency at Services Australia, that's for sure. And it's really galling to people that are wanting the efficient delivery of government services, those that are waiting for their duly entitled claims to be processed, and frankly any taxpayer that wants us to have an efficient system that gives people the support that they deserve, that processes it in a timely manner and makes sure that government can be as efficient as possible. Now, the new government are bragging about increasing the number of people being employed at Services Australia, and I don't know if that's something to be proud of if the performance is commensurately deteriorating at the same time. And as the member for Bradfield pointed out, whilst the size of the workforce has gone up by a couple of thousand, the efficiency in processing and the outcomes for the people that matter when it comes to engaging government resources, the people that are entitled to it, are missing out. They're going backwards. So something is really wrong when more people are achieving poorer outcomes in processing those claims. And the member for Bradfield is quite right. There are good ways and bad ways to increase the resources that go towards government services delivery, particularly at Services Australia. And I agree with him that commending the former coalition government in New South Wales and the way in which they engaged in digital service delivery and created dramatic efficiencies across a number of government services deliveries through their digital government agenda is a model that is very worthy of reflecting upon, and one that would be good for our Commonwealth government to look at ways of investing in, so that people have the best modern experience when it comes to their interaction with government. Now, we all deal with individual cases that can be quite complex with Services Australia, with immigration matters, with NDIS, etc. And there's always it's always very reasonable to respect and understand that there will be at times quite complex matters that need bespoke service delivery, and might have a complexity that means it's not that easy to quickly and rapidly process. But the vast majority should sit within an efficient framework, and should indeed be something that is achieving reduced wait times through the performance metrics, particularly as investment in the processing of these claims goes up, not going backwards like we are right now. And that means that the policy decisions that this government are making are an embarrassment, an absolute embarrassment to what they could be and should be achieving for some of the most vulnerable people in our society. So swallow the pride, admit you've got it wrong, and look for opportunities to change course and see a focus on policy delivery in Services Australia that is actually going to deliver for some of the most vulnerable people in our society. Because right now they're being let down by the performance of this government, and they're the ones that need good government more than anyone at all, and instead they're getting these terrible outcomes from Services Australia, and we'd like to see the government dramatically improve their performance in this amongst many other areas.